These were some of the best highlights from all the matches of the day at Worlds 2024.
So not surprised to see it brought out fully.
All right, Kobe, you said you were expecting junglers here in the top side for the volatile matchup. Zika jumping forward, trying to lock up King in here. Flashes in for the Ruthless Predator, and Wei Wei is there. Vault Breaker playmaker first blood over to Zika.
Chunked him out. We should be able to grab this dragon.
He crashed down there on the Moham, but he's not a whole lot more worried about it than just that. He can walk that away as the rest of his team is continuing to just pick this Drake up. Bottom lane's job is to make sure that the enemy bottom lane doesn't rotate over, try to cause any trouble, and that's not going to go down. So Lucid can finish picking this one up, no problem should be.
Wei Wei's starting to get a little bit of an advantage for himself, though, because he's moved into DK's top side, stealing away the Grom.
The ultimate, get a big chunk onto the Maokai, make sure that DK are not going to have an option because, you know, they did have a really early timing on the first dragon, so there was possibilities here, especially with, you know, Mohan reset here, and they are swapping up to the top side for DK.
And Wei Wei just to make sure he's going to be fine on this, but you're just leaving Gala now to get free time.
All right, LNG's bringing in some backup. Vaultbreaker getting charged. Flash engage comes out from Hung, and they're immediately just trying to chop down that tree. Lucid gets away with 200 HP as Zika tries to keep everybody else locked up with a disengage coming out from Moham. Knocks him back into the river. The big bomb coming in from the Ziggs. Aiming needs one more shot, and Lucid's going to get the kill credit. DK 1-0 in the scrap.
You know, has been very consistent for them. As we see a 4-person move towards top.
All right, we got the big play. The dive coming in from DK, and Zika's about to drop. He stays alive for an extra second, but it is not long enough. But now the Maokai ulti coming out, stolen away by Scout, but it will not matter as everybody on DK exits stage left.
We're going to send everybody up to go for the tower dive first, but now the chase.
The immediate counterattack coming out from LNG with a Vi ulti into the follow-up from Scout. They take down Moham, but a teleport arrives, and Kingen is ready to tear through on a rampage.
He get their dive. This is so massive for LNG. They got so much money onto Gala. Gala had just been farming on the bottom side, and they're still able to get their chase down counter kill. They're still able to get their grubs. Can they finish the last one?
Oh no, they will not. Stolen away. How now, Mr. Cow? Wei Wei stuck in the pit, and he ain't getting out. It's the final grub plus a kill of a DK.
And the early ult down on Mohan, and so then Wei Wei followed up. They got that one, and because you saw the smite used on that grub, he's not going to have his next smite charge available for the final grub. As you know, stolen away by the cow. Really fun action so far.
All right, as we get back to live, turrets are collapsing in bottom and top lane both, as LNG grabs the first down to the bottom lane, immediately responded by DK. But bouncing bomb's not going to connect in response. MasterCard Lane Economy snapshot showing you that, yes, it's a bit of a gold lead for Kingen, but all of the other gold leads going the opposite direction. Down here in the bottom lane, though, 1v1 between our ulting top laners. Zika trying to wait for those cooldowns to come back. He doesn't want to stand there and fight the Olaf. Auto attack v auto attack. Zika looking to chase him down now. A little bit more is all he needs. Run, Kingen, run! Zika with the solo kill.
Oh, where's Scout off to?
Okay, oh wait, Gala, very low on HP, down to 150, having to try to get away from this with a killer instinct. Last bouncing bomb ain't gonna hit him. The AD carry from LNG staying alive as Moham has already used the ultimate. The Unbreakable Will no longer available. Counterattack coming out from LNG now as Moham has to try to get away. Another stolen Maokai ulti. They go in, and LNG finds themselves another kill. They get everybody right on back out, and the scrap continues. It's less than 500 separating the two squads. However, that's going to be assisted here a little bit for the other side as DK manages to grab yet another turret thanks to the Zig Satchel here in the mid lane.
AoE on the item spikes here might be amazing. Regardless, though, is going to be Rift-Trailed picked up, and Kingen.
Ooh, yeah, Kingen trying to get himself away. Zik is going to stop the back. Kingen knows that the only way this works out okay is if he takes somebody with him. He cannot escape there. He tries to put the damage in, but it is not enough.
Then his team arrives here. It has just been All Zika all day, and now
we got some more problems for Moham and for DK as Scout is ready to jump in after him. Stolen Alistar ulti means he's totally unafraid of any sort of a counterattack. Hung now just also continuing to try to chase this. Scout got knocked back over the wall. He misses the abscond duct, but Void Seeker from all the way in mid lane.
No way they're ever going to go in. And Scout just bops himself into the middle of 3 members of DK. It's like, I got this, it's fine. But it worked out. So great call on the bluff.
deficit. It's mostly in.
Oh, Scout.
Oh, hold on now. TP coming in for LNG. Scout might be a little bit too far forward. Steals away the Maokai ulti, which means he doesn't have the tankiness from the Alistar that he would like to have. Scout jumping back into the Baron pit, flashing back over the wall, barely staying alive. Mom roars in. Scout steps to the left. He lives. At this point in the game, he's still going to need a couple of more minutes to hit that 225 sweet spot, as now LNG might have themselves another opportunity out of play. They will not be able to catch out that enemy Alistar, but Aiming's in a lot of trouble. Flash for the Ruthless Predator, and Gala's on a killing spree. TP arrives too late from DK to do anything about it. With the enemy Ziggs down, with his flash blown, it's problems for DK. Beautiful engage coming out from Hung as LNG follows up, and a Void Seeker finds the heart of Moham. DK just collapsed, and LNG hit him right in the ribcage.
And that's going to be a Baron as well on top. The cherry on top of those 2 plays for LNG. They're going to blow this game wide open with Baron buff and the 5 grubs. They should actually be able to take a ton of towers.
I mean, I just think I just heard the words fatality off the back of that one. LNG, that was really the punch that they needed to make things happen. And a great engage off the back from Hung as well, because this is a guy who has been criticized quite a lot in LNG for just not having the best of moments, but when this guy has his high highs and then start to set up a ton of vision in the enemy jungle, you can already see it existing on the bottom side of your screen, or bottom side of the map, but I think this is where LNG, this 1-3-1 is going to be such a threat for DK.
Opportunities for DK.
But also, I think it's kind of just setting up a very strong point for LNG to say, hang on, no, we are a force to be reckoned with at Worlds. Because I think a lot of people coming in were talking about, hey, you know, there is the top esports, the BLG from the LPL, and then there's that drop down to LNG.
A lot going on here, and even in the jungle, 0, 1, and 5 for Weiwei been critical for setting up a lot of these plays, as LNG going to take out that tier 2 turret back in the mid lane, 9-3 kill advantage, 5-3 turret advantage, 8,000 gold ahead.
So they didn't all die down there either, and the Renekton pressure is going to be relentless, while the rest of the team...
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left to Lucid here in the top side jungle. As long as they have the tier 2, it ain't gonna matter now, but hold on, Gala and Weiwei are gonna keep pushing the issue further forward. Over the wall, the abscond of Duck doesn't catch anybody else, and Scout and Hung gotta try to get back away. Zika showing up for the reinforcements, but Kingan, nobody takes Hung out of the picture. Zika fighting 1v3 on the front line, but he has to disengage back into the jungle now here to the rest of the team. That you shouldn't have checked is instant lights out.
Oh, hang on, no.
Yeah, never mind. Fight starting off. Weiwei jumping to the back immediately, going after Aiming, who has to flash back over the wall, trying to stay safe as Weiwei's gonna get bursted down by Mom, but the Sterex keeping him alive for an extra second. Showmaker grabbing the kill on that one as Kingan is scrapping and fighting back against LNG. Zika has to try to get away, staying alive with a Sterex of his own, as Gala's gonna be taken down to 1/3 HP, and he's gonna continue retreating back into his own jungle. LNG have lost a man and killed no one on DK. DK standing strong, starting up the Baron, but LNG is still here. Scout looking for the opportunity to go back in. He steals the Alistar ulti away, and now he's jumping in on top of Lucid. Kill the jungler, kill the Baron. It's that easy. Moham trying to get back away now, as well as Zika wants to go in for a pincer attack, but Gala with a beautiful shot takes out the enemy support. Jungle and support on DK down.
Scout going, hang on a second, there's a cow still here, and I have ultimate available. So he just immediately goes, thank you very much, I'll take that. Lucid, you're first to fall. Very scared of that thing.
Okay, let's see. Is DK also scared of an LNG looking to force down the Baron? Weiwei loses his, was that the Sterex? No, never mind, that was just Allied Shield. Okay, I was worried there for a second. Points at once. You can see Zika up in the top lane, looking to take care of the last couple of hits onto that tier 2 they couldn't grab earlier, so now that one's out of the picture. They'll try to pressure 3 different lanes at once.
Great combo from Zika.
Yup. Kingan not loving this situation, as the tier 3 turret's gonna be killed in both top and mid lane at the same time. Zika pops the Dominus, looks to rotate over to the greater fight. They're gonna lock up Moham here at the very start. Scout steals away the Unbreakable Will. He's so tanky there on the front line. Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't do a thing.
Right back in.
Kingen! Gala jumps in with a killer instinct. He wanted to go after Showmaker, but he ain't gonna find him. He stays alive with the extra bit of time from the stasis. Kingen's on the front, trying to hold these guys off, putting a couple of hits into Hung, but it ain't gonna matter. Scout steals away another. Maokai, ulti, LNG with 2 inhibitors down on the enemy squad. Continue to push forward. Moham barely stays alive. Wei getting himself back into the fight. He's trying to stay alive, but it ain't gonna work out. It's 2 dead on the side of LNG. But Zika, Scout, and Gala are still pushing. The minions are finally gonna get cleared away, and DK's looking for a little bit of extra punish, but they ain't gonna find anything here just yet. The game disadvantage. Zika still hanging around and waiting. It's Wei and Gala DPSing the Elder just by themselves as a 2-man unit, as Hung's gonna run interference, looking to keep everybody else away with a crash down to the Magnet Storm. Zika's ready to follow it up. They got the Elder, and they're looking to tear through DK. The remaining 4 players trying to get out, but it ain't gonna matter. Scout's got an unbreakable will, and LNG's got unbreakable lines. Moham will be the next to die as a double kill for Gala will seal their fate. Scout goes on a rampage. 1 goes back, but it will not matter. Ace for 1. Game 1 is going the way of LNG. They'll push down that last Nexus turret. They'll make a statement 18-8, and LNG is up 1-0 in the first promo series of the quarterfinals.
Scout, deathless. Gala, deathless. LNG on top, 0-1 in their favor, taking the game number 1. And really good setup with a Galio here. That counter pick still used very effectively. Galio mid, by the way, has been on a recent tear with the full damage build. For solo queue, it has been massive. You want to have the level 6 kill potential really be there. And with now Scout on the Galio with no flash, he will certainly be a viable target, as Zika right now is the target.
Yep, knocked back with the satchel charge. Zika trying to get away there, jumps towards his opponents with a hook shot for the extra distance, but it does not matter. First blood over to aiming on the Ziggs.
So banged into the tower, and they still got the stun, setting it up for aiming for Ziggs to get fed. Now the opposite dive.
Yeah, they want to get this dive onto Kingen if they can. Doing a good job defending himself for now. Turret shots flying out, but Scout's made his way down to the fight now too. 4v1, Kingen still level 5, nowhere close to being able to go all out, but he knocks him back, doing a beautiful job so far. Kingen, 1-man army from DK, he finally falls. LNG barely stumbling out of it. Of Zika, who does not have his own ulti. The Camille's still only level 5, so that's not going to be a return kill.
And now with the map state that it's in, Lucid able to move up towards this top side. He's going to get the Void Grubs. You push for aiming on towards this top tower as well. This should fall. So despite it being that top tower, it actually looks like first turret is going to go the way of DK.
On Zika, so it's going to be a very, very dangerous Ziggs very early on into this game.
Yeah, there you go. Turret down. Ziggs doing what Ziggs does, and Kingen now goes all out here with a Cassante chasing after Hung, but he can just join up with the rest of his team up here in this bottom side river. Wei still working on the Drake. They're level 4, they're half HP for the support and jungler of LNG, so they got to be a little bit careful here, even though they have a massive numbers advantage. They catch King, and he went way too close. What in the hell are we doing, King? And that was not the right choice. LNG getting a punish, and now the fight might just continue. Lucid wants to try to get away back over the wall. The ball breaker ain't gonna work. DK just throwing their men into a blender.
Would be very nice for them, even though their bottom tower here is very close to going down, and 3 members of LNG are coming to try and make sure of that.
Yep, we got another teleport coming in to try to turn this into a very one-sided fight. It's another bad experience for Kingen around the bottom lane. 0-3-0 on Cassante in this game.
I think that's a great call from LNG, because they're like, fine, you can have the next pack of grubs off of your push on top side, off of your push in mid lane, but we're going to know that you're taking those grubs and make a play on the other side of the map.
I think it's always one of the most critical skills in League of Legends that really separates the top teams. Hold on now, another one of those skills is a dive when you can find it. Beautifully done from DK, but a nice interruption as LNG want to get that counterattack now on Lucid, who tries to escape off to the right, but it's not going to do a whole lot. You would have to think. Lucid still staying alive for now, still trying to get himself back away. One more punch from Scout's going to get it done as Hung gets slammed back into the wall there by the Poppy, but a DP's coming in. There's your Glacial Prison. There's a double kill back over to Scout. There's Zika making his way into the fight as Kingen goes on unstoppable with his reinforcement, but the fight's already finally done. A good team is knowing when to just let something go and take something else instead, but LNG was not willing to let Gala go unavenged, and they hit right back.
In though. It's kind of like, oh, you take none of my health, but I also take none of yours. So good day, sir. We'll back away, but they will back away towards this dragon, which is working out well for them. And Zika now trying to see if he can just put some pressure on towards Moham, but he cannot defend this top tower by himself, but the wave isn't quite in position.
So I feel like we might get a nice little scrap here.
Yes, sir. Rift Herald has spawned. LNG with a 5-man play going in. They find the Glacial Prison, but it's only on the Moham. How much do they want to commit to this? Looks like the whole kitchen sink. Should be a 1-for-1, though. Hung barely getting away. Showmaker finally going to finish him, but Lucid's going to drop next. 3v4. Aiming is still alive. Kingen trying to cut off Zika. Hero's entrance looking to back up that top laner as Kingen is once again in a bad spot. He has to flash to try to escape, but it's Scout back over the wall. LNG doing a beautiful job as the fist of Scout finds the forehead of Aiming, and that one is going to be a clean fight for LNG.
The Galio punches are very satisfying there. That was actually beautiful kind of dissection of the fight from LNG. They cut off both members here.
DK have to be willing to make his third dragon started. DK, a lot of respect here.
LNG with total control over the bottom side river, and one of the reasons why they have it is because they dropped the Rift Herald back in mid lane as a distraction that needs to be answered by DK here at the same time. Showmaker's going to step up, but the Mountain Drake is already secured by Weiwei here on the Sejuani.
Play off elsewhere, but DK have read this.
Yeah, Showmaker and Lucid both around here. Mega Inferno Bomb used to just clear the wave. Scout's Justice Punch gets interrupted, so then he has to flash to try to escape, but a nice charm from Showmaker to lock him up, and LNG is going to get punished immediately. The Vile to stop the hero's exit.
LNG, they want the soul. They're going to send everybody.
Zika here first. LNG with control over the pit. They're going to pour some DPS into the objective. DK still got to be careful about their approach, but they're going to be a little bit too little, too late. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top as they want to try to get their jungler in there, but instead the counterattack coming out from LNG. The Drake is going to be secured. That is Mountain Soul over to the LPL squad, as now they're going to take the full fight, but they got to be careful. Zika here on the front line, going to be taken low, but he barely survived thanks to Steric's Gauge. Now the Wombo combo. The damage back over onto Kingan's going to be good. LNG still chasing, but Weiwei is at death's door. Aiming takes him down, and Hung is going to be stopped. LNG still scrambling to fight. A double kill back over to Aiming. Make it a triple for the Ziggs. Scout about to fall, and the Void Seeker won't get one back. It's soul of an LNG. It's fight for DK.
Might be able to get Baron and take so much more on the map, and again, this is such a crucial component to LNG. Actually, be able to take these towers because of these double AP mages that are just buffering through these waves.
I want to see the fight again. Gala here, though, is going to try and fight them off the Baron. They're still rushing it down. It's 3,000 health.
2,000 health. 1,000 health secured by Lucid and DK.
It's the knock onto Hung to make sure he can get that double kill.
All right, back to live. Engage from Lucid, going in, tries to find the slam on the Weiwei. The Sejuani not anywhere tanky enough to survive this, and DK with momentum barreling down the bottom lane.
They saw Zuka in this top side, so they immediately go for the pick. They get it, and the reset now from Kingen to defend this top turret as well. DK getting a lot of value out of this Baron buff and outplaying on the map right now.
Fight.
DK coming back from the precipice of another really bad game state, and they are now over 4,000 gold ahead. The Ziggs War Machine, all these things. This time around, it's much more of a fighting, shooting DPS dive build. If you're not diving, you're not really doing anything on LNG's side, and if DK continues building their lead, the dive gets tougher and tougher. Moham, very, very low, but he still stays alive critically. Kingen trying to also continue the retreat. LNG keeps the chase alive. Scout doing a great job, locking up the enemy Cassante. Zika's already killed off Moham, but meanwhile back in the jungle, it's Gala under pressure. Huge damage coming in. Gala is saved somehow by the hero's entrance plus the shielding. The Kaisa stands tall.
Coming behind them with a big taunt. Zika trying to wrap around, completely out of vision. Lucid trying to mark him and spot him out. We'll just see him here now.
Okay. They've got eyes on Zika, but now the fight's gonna start off. Lucid wanted to go in, but it ain't gonna work out here quite yet. Aiming forced into the stasis here immediately, but a massive engage coming up from Hung. He locks everybody up, but where's the follow-up? Kingan's gonna die. die. Gala takes him out. DK trying to get themselves away. Zika still barely alive here at about 25% HP. Back into the Drake pit. Lucid over the wall. Still thinking about maybe trying to fight for it. Moham at 1/3 HP. Aiming. He needs to recall, reset, rejoin the fight here with a teleport. The Dragon at 6,000 as Hung again still looking for an angle. There's your taunt coming out from Scout. Zika back over the wall and Lucid is down. The charm on Gala will finish him off, but Showmaker dies to Scout here as well. Aiming and Moham trying to get themselves back away as Weiwei will be left alone here with the Elder Dragon. Hung still chasing, and Elder execute would be almost immediate here on the Moham. He's about to take the damage. The winds of war are blowing, and they will burn down the house of DK. Aiming, the last man standing around from the side. The Elder Dragon Sejuani trying to cut him off. Aiming with a beautiful Mega Inferno Bomb to take out the enemy support, but he pays with it with his life, and LNG get a delayed ace plus Elder.
Goes down there to the big Ziggs bomb.
All right, back to live. LNG going after Baron. And there is no contest on that one. All right, LNG have Elder for another 60 seconds, Baron for 3 minutes. They want to try to force a fight if they can while the super buffs are active. Over the wall to block any sort of a chase that DK would have wanted to execute on, as Gala, now with a space created by Zika in the top lane, can secure the kill in the tier 2 back over in mid. Tier 3 Turbid in top, still just barely standing as the push, the onslaught from LNG continues.
Side of DK, where Aiming was pumping out damage, trying to do as much as they can, but LNG, of course, still with their Dragon Soul, with all the extra gold that they've now gotten too, try to come and finish off the other side of the map.
Oh, Moham finds himself in a bad spot. He's down. Zika seeing the angle to block his escape. Now a 5v4 for LNG. Glacial Prison on the Kengan yet again. The 0-6 Cassante has had such a struggle as the wave is also about to crash. Mega Inferno Bomb with very little value. Mid lane inhibitor will be the first one to fall on DK's side as LNG maintain their 5v4 advantage for the next 10 seconds. Going into the second Elder Drake fight of the game. Gala taking the poke though from Aiming as Showmaker's forced into the stasis. He's got to try to get himself back away. Zika into the back line, but he's already isolated. He's going to be knocked down. Surely though, right? Hero's entrance ain't quite going to find the way that it's looking for. Zika into the back line. Aiming trying to get away. They need to lock him up, beat him down. Weiwei finds the kill on Aiming, and DK is looking like a graveyard right now. LNG barreling down mid lane. Game 2 was closer. DK was stronger, but LNG still are better. Kengan jumps into the middle of everybody, but it ain't gonna do a damn thing. Showmaker gets shown just who's the better team here. And LNG are the first team going to quarterfinals in Worlds 2024.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024.
Worlds Live to earn exclusive Worlds emotes, icons, and capsules, so go in there, get your stuff, get some prizes the same way that Peanut is securing those grubs right now, and it looks like Canyon is going on to the other side of the rift to take that Drake. It's the common handshake. You take grubs, I'll take Drake. One neutral objective for either side.
This does mean that you are going to get a very early level 6 Peanut, and Peanut is, as you know, an amazing tank frontline player, an amazing Sejuani player, so him with the early ultimate for Sejuani, I think will be very dangerous for Gen.G. We'll see how Peanut is actually able to leverage that. So hype on Viper and Zeka especially. Due to their recent play. Let's see about this one though. Paze.
Oh, Delight doing a big engage there on Paze. Gen.G's AD carry ain't getting away from that one. No bailout. Bails you out of that much damage. It's first blood over to Viper.
To attack, move down from Hanwha Life though.
I don't know if they can get all of them though, because that was also Varus ultimate used for the little chunk of damage.
Yeah. All right, second Void Grub is about half HP. Peanut's gonna step forward, try to take that one. Meanwhile, down to the bottom lane, Doran trying to get away from Keen. He's down to 100 HP while the Grubs are fought for. 4 secured by Hanwha Life, meaning they will get the Void Might spawns.
Zeka's been doing fine with Peanut putting pressure on towards sides, and now at the Dragon Pit,
yeah, and he's got his experimental Hexblade done, so I think we see his first ulti here.
Okay, Delight with a Hex Flash over the wall. Peanut. Glacial Prison onto the hands, but it ain't gonna be a whole lot now. The lights go off, Paranoia goes in, Gen.G with a kill on Peanut, and this is exactly what they needed. Zeka tries to use Fate Sealed of the wall, but it's an arrow through his heart. The Samurai falls to the Archer. Gen.G take Drake +2, and they ain't done yet. King.
All right, looks like bottom tower gets teleported on. This is gonna be so low though, can they?
Yeah, Zeka immediately arrives, but now the turret is dead. Zeka goes in 1v3, trying to get the kill on Lehens, but there's not enough damage, even with the Yone, even with the strongest champ in mid lane.
Advantage as well. And because he's got all that extra ultimate ability haste with his experimental Hexblade, his Nocturne ultimate is ready again, so they go over to next objective, and we'll be able to burn this one down no problem.
That is gone before Hanwha even has a chance to try to move up and do anything about it. But now Delight needs to be a little bit concerned. 26,000 to 26.5 thousand gold. Very, very close. Chovy retreating away as Hanwha sends more troops to back up Zeka, make sure he can force down this tier 1 turret, get some more gold in his pockets, and teleport to the ward. So you've got to be there to the objective fight sooner, as now the Herald driven into the tier 1 turret there by Canyon. Doran has to flash back away, but Peanut's ready for the counter attack here with the Glacial Prison, but a nice follow-up comes in from Delight. Over the top goes the hostile takeover. It's already death for the support of Hanwha Life Esports. Mantle the tier 2 turret.
the darkness crucial there, and actually recovering the retreat from Gen.G. Zeka was still pushing top and had to teleport into the play, so he wasn't there as that fight kicked off, wasn't there to follow up on a great engage from Delight. But Hanwha, TP topside, they would get the tier 2, but a third dragon for Gen.G, one stop away from an Inferno Soul.
And even hovering around, like you just have all of the options kind of covered off, and you take away the possible moves that HLE want to make even before they make them.
And that's the thing again, is where we just see that play of Nocturne covering bot to get Chovy into position.
Seconds, they're gonna have to.
Yeah, Gen.G's going after the Baron because they saw Hanwha try to make a play on Chovy down there in the bottom lane. So now they're just going to try to force the Baron instead. Chovy teleporting up to join the remaining 4 players on Gen.G. The Paranoia is there to stop an appropriate follow-up. The Baron is secured by Gen.G, but now they got to try to get everybody else away. Kanan with the flashback over the wall. Hanwha can't do anything. Gen.G with the 400 IQ Baron rush, immediately recognizing the opportunity and jumping on it.
A critical breaking point is about to approach. Again, HLE have at least kept up enough gold.
Oh, Keen jumping in there immediately with the Between Worlds. If they pick the enemy jungler, no way to contest that Dragon Soul.
Oh my God!
Unless Delight goes in for a massive 4-man engage. Gen.G melts before your eyes. Do not doubt Delight, or you will find yourself in the dirt. A triple kill for Viper, and Hanwha just buried Gen.G.
Nice macro, kids. How's this wombo combo taste? That was huge. Delight into Zeka, able to destroy them, and HLE, that also denies the Dragon Soul.
Delight on the rel. Absolutely clutch in that moment.
Engage King. I mean, what more can you say? Absolutely beautiful. And I always also love and give like extra bonus credit when you pull off an engage in those scenarios where you already just lost a member. You know, stunned into the full crash down, ultimate. Zeka is immediately following up, and now,
yeah, Canyon, he'll try to use Paranoia defensively, but it's too late. Viper's already unstoppable. Gen.G seeing if they might be able to get something back. A handshake on Delight is definitely not enough.
back into the game.
Oh, immediate jump, the pick on Chovy. You just see Viper fly across the screen, and then the Infernal Pinatas fly out of Chovy. Problem if you're Gen.G, not only is that mid lane pick going to mean that the enemy squad gets Baron, Chovy's only going to respawn right before the Infernal Drake spawns again, and Hanwha is going to continue having control over the entire Rift.
And I want to give a shout out to Peanut because he's been playing absolutely insane.
Another attempt at this soul.
Okay, Chovy respawned in time to be able to make his TP in, as now another TP is about to show up for Hanwha. Doran has rejoined everybody else. Paranoia cast, a charm onto Delight, but he's the only one. Between Worlds has already been used. Doran here in the front line, jumps in from a Mega Gnar, but he ain't gonna find the angle here just yet. Zeka resetting with a soul unbound. Keen's the first to drop. Viper's going godlike. Gen.G scrambling to fight back, but Zeka's too strong. Viper's too strong. Gen.G's running towards the wrong base, and Doran's gonna hit him with the wallop. Couple more auto attacks, gets it done. Chovy's about to drop again. Call it a Drake, call it an ace.
They won! Why they threatened Gen.G and why they want to join LNG in the quarterfinal stage.
We got 15-second death timers still ticking down for the Gen.G team as HLE are on to the Nexus turrets. They will crumble before them, and Hanwha Life Esports take the first game in the LCK Finals rematch. Well, there is the rel that we were expecting once again for Delight.
Yeah, and I do think it works out perfectly here. You just have follow-up great engage on Peanut with the Vi. You've got two very much dive carry potentials coming through from the Akali with just her ult, but also the threat of the Rumble ultimate on towards a backline with that follow-up.
Have some possibilities of joining some of these fights where Peanut's actually trying to sneak away one of these grubs real quick.
Yep.
Grabs one without having to use his smite, by the way, which is so key for the first grub pack. I don't know if he'll actually try and go right back and steal one away, but sometimes you can kind of wrap around and steal one away, see if enemy jungler use their smite, but he's not even going to go check. The job is done. You just need one, again, out of the first pack to put the threat of 4 on second pack.
And I think he's just going to move down over towards this dragon.
Get himself back away to the safety of his own turret, but Akali now with half HP and no flash will not feel confident trying to go down and join this fight for the Drake, so that means Peanut's just got to give it up as Gen.G walks their troops in and secures this objective.
That is so massive for Gen.G, and big credit to Lehens for positioning and timing and being there to be able to get Zeka's ult on the Akali plus the flash to again secure a lot of these early objectives for themselves, and they'll easily be able to get to at least 4 for themselves, probably 5 since nobody is heading over for HLE. And HLE, once again, trying to do the cross map instead. Don't even want to try and fight you on it. And they'll go for some turret plate money bottom.
Up on mid for Viper, but with Peanut on bottom side, it looks like Hanwha aren't really in a position to go for anything. Even Keen resetting as well to deny them any sort of dive potential, but yeah, just Hanwha not really in a position to do anything.
It's an easy second Drake for Gen.G. 5 grubs to 1, 2 Drakes to 0. A very, very modest gold lead, but still 0 kills for either side on the board as Gen.G now with a 3-man push in the bottom lane, looking to mine some more plate money away as Zeka's already in the smoke, but with that defensive cooldown used with Solar Flare finding him, it's such an easy first blood for Gen.G. Zeka thought it was enough to stay safe, but it wasn't. Now a flashback over the wall from Peanut, while Doran can't find the kill on Chovy. Hanwha thought they might have seen a counterpunch there, but Gen.G gets away from it.
Great job from Lehens to lock down Zeka in that shroud. Peanut steps forward.
Oh, hold on now. Between Worlds, Peanut could be in a little bit of trouble, but Viper's coming down to look to help him. Doran with a flame spitter, but instead, it's just another death, this time for Peanut. Delight wants to go in. Lehens finally drops. Viper gets the kill, and the curtains are called. Keen sniped down again. A double kill back over to Viper. Zeka shows up. The cavalry has arrived.
Zeka still getting some money, though, at the end of that. And Zeka actually had a ring as well. So a couple extra stacks there on the Dark Seal.
I think as well, the fact that Peanut had Sunder Sky completed was huge because they try to burst him out and he just gets the shield off of his passive and the Sunder Skies proc, which makes it really difficult to take him down and just buys that little bit of extra time. But this is still a Gen.G favored map, and the Mascot Lane Economy snapshot showing that Viper, with that static shiv, very far ahead of Pays, but how much can this Jhin do against the onslaught of Gen.G?
All right, here comes the Rift Herald. The Herald alone won't be able to kill the turret, but a Demolish proc plus a charge, that is the end of the road for the tier 1 turret here in mid lane. First turret taken for the side of Gen.G. Hanwha had already secured the one in the bottom lane for themselves. The Hens drifting. Boom! Right into the turret. The last little bit of damage will get it done. Then Zenith Blade back onto Zeka to try to get himself away. Canyon covering his retreat there with a paranoia. Nicely done from Gen.G. Defensively, as now HLE has all 5 players here in the bot side river. They know that Gen.G took the first 2 Drakes. They don't want to give them the soul point, not on an Infernal map especially. So now HLE overloading this part of the map means they're going to secure the Drake, and Gen.G are saying, fine, take it. They want to go and trade the tier 2 turret back in the mid lane at the same time, but it ain't going to work out so well as the Hens tries to get away, but he's locked up, beat down, finally saved by Pays, who uses that Callista ultimate to keep his teammate around. Zeka goes in, perfect execution over the wall, but it's not perfect enough. Zeka just barely misses the damage and throws his own life away.
They thought that with the paranoia down, Hanwha would have an advantage. Gen.G tried to trade for mid-turret, but the overextension from Zeka, hoping to get a couple more kills, ends up just gifting one back to Gen.G and sets them up for the top lane tower as well.
And those are the benefits of really quickly moving on to the next objective. You know, Gen.G are like, all right, fine, we don't have an Nocturne ultimate, we're not going to chase you, we're not going to mess around with you at Dragon. Always spot Delight, Lehens chases him out.
Zeka setting up for maybe a pincer attack here. Delight's going to be stunned up at the very start of the fight. He tries to get away, but he's sent into the fear. He's sent into the graveyard. Canyon grabbing the first kill there as now he has to disengage. Hanwha Life have already lost their clutch factor. They have no way to try to approach this fight now.
Yeah, actually so smart. Lehens just runs straight at Delight. They push him out of the brush. Immediate Nocturne ultimate. They immediately jump on him and take away all that possibility of the setup. Beautiful stuff here from Gen.G to even get themselves to a soul point pretty quickly into the game, considering they gave up one of the Infernal Dragons and they're not even done.
Ooh, Doran with the flash over the wall to try to escape. But as soon as that summoner spell is down, Aurora's going between worlds and Doran is trying to get all the way back to safety. Peanut down to 100 HP. Pays jumps forward with a beautiful shot from the Pierce to take him down.
Going to do so, and they don't have a lot of time to do that with.
Right. Deadly Flourish only hits the Hens. Not really that big of a deal. Peanut now jumping in for a little bit more. Pays could get caught out. Popping the cleanse, trying to get away to the blast cone. Pays still alive for now. They're trying to dive into him. They finally get the shutdown, but now Zeka's got to be careful. Equalizer comes down over the top. Chovy trying to escape. Zeka sure he can flip. Ain't going to find the target. Chovy gets away between worlds coming down here for Gen.G. Double go back over to Canyon. It's 2 dead on Gen.G. It's 2 dead on HLE.
Or the moment.
And Zeka is trying to get away. Canyon with the flash in for the fear. And Keen won't let him get out. The weirding just puts him into the dirt as a TP puts Gen.G right back in a spot for more objectives, more gold, and more of a lead against Hanwha before that soul spawns.
It's funny because I know that play is going to be referenced all tournament long now. Here we go.
You better believe it. But Canyon popping the paranoia. Solar flare lands. They found a lot of damage under the light. It's hard to find a counterattack like that, and Pays gets the kill. Now he's got to be careful because Peanut and Zeka are ready to take him down. Viper getting away on the top half of the fight at the same time, but Gen.G is just cutting through everybody. Keen gets back away across the veil. The shutdown on Viper. Crazy there looking for Trophy. All right, that's...
He knows the game is slipping away, and so he wants the miracle play. You know, he wants to be able to try and do something crazy to bring it back. But since Gen.G was on blue side this time around, and looks like this Baron here should be burned down. HLE, time is really running out for them, so you know their desperation meter is just like through the roof now. We kind of already saw it with the Doran play, but
I just think they're running out of time.
Keen just putting in the work on the tier 3 turret, all alone, all by himself.
Death by 1,000 cuts, and now those cuts continue to rain down as you're underneath the tower.
There it goes. The dive is ready to go in. Delight tries to make the miracle happen, but Gen.G are not believers here today. Doran getting dove by Lehens. A little bit more damage would get it done, and finally the burn seals the deal. Gen.G, they might have lost Lehens, they might have lost Canyon, but they get the tier 2 turret.
Back now. He gets a vision ward on him, so he does cancel it.
Oh, Lehen's immediately with a flash engage going after Viper, but he ain't gonna find the kill that he wants, kill that he needs. Keen with a rampage on Peanut as Gen.G are way too strong. 3 for nothing. The Viper makes it 4. Zeka tries to escape, and Gen.G with a clean fight here at the very end. They do not need an Elder. They don't even need Zeka. They just want him to send a message. Canyon gets back away, and there it is. Lehen's ends HLE, and Chovy's pushing the minion wave into the base.
What a game for Lehen's too, this one. Gen.G, the steamroller, going to even this one up and take game number 2.
All that's left is the structures falling down. I'm so glad our LCK Finals rematch is not just going to be a clean sweep. Gen.G ties us up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to a 3rd game.
You get the sneaky Twitch plays in addition to the map control that Gen.G have been able to set themselves up with, and the coverage of a Nocturne does seem even scarier. Late game just feels so... Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, Lehen's walking down here underneath the tier 1 turret, but the teleport will arrive. Keen level 2 here on the Aurora, but man, Keen is in some trouble. He flashes away, tries to use the weirding to keep himself alive. Delight survives the damage of the turret, and that's already a 1-0 for HLE here in the early game. They're about to make it 2. Peanut at least dies to the turret, so there's 1 traded back, but the play goes positive for HLE. Grub already down, Peanut retreating.
I just love what they did there. You know, Lehen's hovering in the river, in the fog of war, as the wave is slowly pushing into them. They're not really concerned about it. Canyon finishes up the Krugs, goes right over to those Grubs. They finish it off, and that's how you really, even though the dive bottom did cost some extra gold, you leverage experience in this game. And
Level 1 Paranoia, not the longest range, but it's long enough. Zenith Blade to lead the engage. Lehen's starting it off as Viper still tries to escape. The cleanse ain't gonna do it. The bailout ain't gonna do it. The piercing arrow is not enough. Peanut shows up, but it's too little, it's too late.
especially for them.
All right, Gen.G pushing towards top here, just continuing to try to grab as much plate money as they can. Meanwhile, Canyon, he's got the first Drake, he's got the first 3 Grubs, he's got the experience lead. HLE, they're gonna be the first to commit here to this river. If Canyon can steal away even a single Grub, that's all they need. He flies into the middle of everybody. The Solar Flare coming down over the top, but Canyon is already dead. A nice hostile takeover fired back in, but Viper now dies as Pays takes him out. Lehen's drops to Doran, and Peanut has to flash back over the wall. Chovy has finally joined, and Doran has to try to get away, but a double kill back over to the Twitch. He is hiding no longer. Grubs are still on the menu, and they're looking good for Gen.G.
It looks so good to start off with from Hanwha. Delight, a terrific ultimate across the team, buying that space for Viper, and even with the teleport quicker from Doran.
To see another day as Gen.G, again with control of the mid lane, going to push that wave up, rotate into the bot side river, rotate towards the Drake that Kobe's talking about. You want to use to bait them into these open fights. First turret dropping at the same time. You can see the information on the top of your screen as we just now crest the moment where the turret plates are gone. It's a 5-3 plate advantage for HLE, but Gen.G pretty much making up for that difference in golden plates by grabbing the first turret 30 seconds before HLE can respond in the top lane with Zeka's Smolder. Separated from the rest of the team. Doran's about to transform back from Mega Gnar. This is not a good state for HLE to try to go in for a fight. They wanted to try to grab Lehen's. There's the handshake with Mom over the top, and Zeka gets the first kill. They're trying to go between worlds. Canyon's in the front of everybody, and Pays is free firing. The kills start coming in for both sides. Make it 3 for Pays. 2 of them picked up by Chovy, though, as Peanut and Zeka try to get away. A triple for Chovy, and Peanut's the last man standing. Chovy cleans them up. A quadra kill for the Gen.G mid.
Keen is putting the fish in the barrel for Pays and Chovy to knock them down. Gen.G wanted one fight, and my God, did they get it.
They certainly did. They get the dragon and they get the smolder. So both dragon's flowers, everything taken care of, including 2 turrets afterwards, just over and over again. And I really like the execution as well, as Chovy gets a little bit Frisky with the mid lane here.
Well, Viper tried to catch him with the Chains of Corruption since that's already down, and Chovy already had to use the ulti to escape, and he feels fine trying to scrap with the rest of the cooldowns as Canyon and Lehens have to try to get away now. They try to flash out to survive the Glacial Prison. Pays is firing into everybody, but he's finally caught. Zeka kills him. Gen.G has overextended, and they are punished for it.
Doran, huge with the Gnar there.
Really clutch to not let Pays get away with that. HLE doing everything they can to try to stay within striking distance in this game that, just like the first two, Gen.G has been in charge of so far.
Have gone. This one, of course, as you guys keep on mentioning, that possibility of Smolder continuing to stack up. A lot invested there, but a Nocturne ult on him.
Yep, Canyon has found his target here with Zeka's Smolder. Mom summoned. Maybe it would have been enough to save him just from Nocturne, but not from the backup, too. Keen will be the one to take the kill as Pays also provides additional damage.
To buy time, though, for Doran to get that Narbar filled up. Wants to try and get on towards the backline. Pays in a very good spot, though, between all these members of Gen.G.
Yep, Lehens wanted to go in there with a Zenith Blade, but he ain't gonna find the angle. Doran ready to transform. Narbar charged. Gets charmed, though. Snot Bubble hits Lehens. There goes Mom. A little bit more damage by doing it. Viper grabs the kill. The Drake also secured by HLE. Beautiful start of the fight so far as Chovy can't get anything else done. No charges left from the Spirit Rush. HLE played that wonderfully.
Of poke damage, so the decisions have to be instantaneous to go for.
Zeka approaching 300 stacks here, gets away from the charm, but Pays is already opened up on Viper. Now you gotta be careful, because Delight is about to die too, and Doran's caught between worlds. Chovy and Canyon ready to follow up as the Gnar can't transform in time. Flashing away with a Sterix gauge active, throws a boulder right back to him. Peanut still looking for maybe an angle as Mom comes in, but Chovy's gonna be protected by the shield. Gen.G already got it down to about half. Doran here on the front line, Baron at 6k HP. HLE piling in. Lehens tries to get away. Doran still at about half HP now as Peanut has to fully escape. Arctic Assault backwards. Baron still aggroed at 3,000. Doran still trying to transform. He needs to go into Mega Gnar. Peanut's behind the wall into the pit, but the Baron's going to be secured by Canyon. Now HLE trapped between a wall and an enemy team. Canyon gets the kill on Doran, and Chovy goes over looking for a little bit more. They want to kill the Smolder, and Zeka pops. They all drop, and it looks like the hopes are done, dead and gone for HLE. Gen.G with a home run.
One of us. All right, can they close it though here? Gen.G now with massive lead.
Oh, HLE walks way too close to the brush, and there's no way out for Delight with Renata down. And I feel like Hanwha's chances have nearly completely disappeared.
Yeah, you're talking about nails in the coffin. They've got the nail gun out, and they're just spamming nail after nail after nail. Yep, that's gonna be
new Twitch coming in soon. DIY Twitch.
Another one bites the dust, and another objective here. So, who will be the next one picked? It looks right now like Doran's going to be the next one picked.
Am I allowed to bet? Is it too late?
I think the betting window, no, the betting window is closed on this one. That is it for Doran. 50 seconds on the respawn clock. Don't really need a mega buff right now. They're ahead 8,000 gold. They've got an Infernal Soul. That's a mega buff on its own, as now the Glacial Prison immediately finds Chovy upon teleport, but the counterattack is there. Pays is hitting everybody. He flashes, he cleanses, and he ends everybody on HLE. Exactly like we said. Pays on the Twitch. He came into the game with 100% win rate on it. He's gonna leave the game with 100% win rate on it. Gen.G is gonna show HLE that the finals are not the rule, but they are the exception. This squad has controlled the Korean League of Legends scene for a damn long time, and they're showing that they're looking to keep that rolling in Worlds as they punch their ticket to the quarterfinals.
The golden road might have been paused.
These were some of the best highlights from all the matches of the day at Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.